that when we bring anybody into the team, we are looking to bring them up to Division 2, Division 1.
Okay.
So it's not really a permanent team.
Okay.
So and eventually we want them to play Division 2. With that in mind, every player that we bring in, we develop for Division 2, not just for Division 3.
Of course.
So bringing in Yusof is not idea of he's good for Division 3, but he's good for the team as a whole.
Right. But also because the way that you're trained together every single week, you know, so there's a lot of familiarity for the players when they play, in a sense that they are not, they don't feel awkward that they are playing against better players. In that sense, you're making them step up the way that they are practicing, the way they are training is almost to me like an exponential rise. You know, there's no room for them to like take a break and figure out what's right, what's wrong. Basically, they are thrown into the deep sea and you give them a formula and say, okay, this is what it works. You know, don't go around wasting your time figuring how to swim. Just go and dive, you know, and then struggle and go out there. What?
Not exactly go and die lah, but for us, when we bring them in, obviously there's a step process, meaning that when we start off, we're not going to go for the difficult stuff.
Right.
And when we guide them, I always tell the guys, people like Justin, people like Jeff, who are leading the junior team.
Right.
I'm saying that we need to break it up into steps, break it up into easy to understand segments. Like if I'm going to do a drill, we explain the objective of the drill, and it has to serve like not just one purpose, it serves multiple purposes, and we have to explain to them, and that's why we have a lot of debrief after each drill.
I see.
Yeah.
Point approved.
So
1 minute.
So now I think we didn't update the score, but it's okay. Points
to
is given to A.C.E.S.
A.C.E.S 1, rate fraction 0. Game time remaining 5 minutes and 42 seconds.
So
This A.C.E.S team, they are being anchored by the two players from Real Pinoy, right? These are
right. They have Richie and they have Dean. Dean is a familiar face.
Richie Lopez and Dean, right?
Yeah. Dean has been around for.
Dean has been playing for A.C.E.S, right?
Yeah, Dean has been around for a long time, but he's playing for A.C.E.S. Actually, not many people know, but Dean is actually a professional dancer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a professional dancer. He goes on competition and he earns a living from dancing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So that should work out well on the field, right? For him to avoid the pains.
He's very flexible and there's no move that he can't do, right? He can do a split, you know, he can do a backtrack by doing his cha-cha move. I don't know, but Dean is a very exciting
Sounds like a
player.
previous Red Sevens player. What's his?
Jose.
Jose, yes.
Jose, yeah. Jose used to be part of the Red Sevens. For a short period, Jose was with Outlaws too.
Yeah, in the beginning lah. So this game is Revivors versus PSP Aisawan.
Yeah, there's a penalty. Oh, penalty given to one of the player.
Yeah, by the monster player who got.
Yeah, I think Harriet got called out, Razi got called out, and the whole entire snake side is falling.
Yeah.
And of course,
penalties, man. Penalties cost games, guys.
Oh, look at it run! Look at it dive, man.
Tower.
Whoa, but that was a good dive. Draki made a good dive, trying to capitalize, but of course on the other side,
Point approved.
The confusion, right?
zone.
It's good.
Points to PSP Aisawan, PSP Aisawan 1, Revivors 0. Game time remaining for A.C.E.S and rate fraction 5 minutes and 42 seconds.
That's right. So back to the team. How about the Division 4 setup? I know you're working something, right? I'm sure like everything is all in the works for you, but there's definitely something along the way of
30 seconds.
you trying to revive back Outlaws Familiar.
Yeah, actually, Outlaws Familiar has never been. It's always our family team. Outlaws Familiar means family.
Right.
So previously, whoever wanted to play, haven't been playing for some time, we use it as a team to give you opportunity. Hey, we got enough players. We'll send a Division 4 team.
Okay.
But we are not committed that says, hey, every tournament we have to send a team. And we want to send a team when we can send a team.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. That's important when you have to be sure that they are ready for the game also. Right?
Yeah. But as you rightly said, something's in the work. We hope to send a team for the League 2 of Division 4.
Right.
So A.C.E.S against Red Faction here.
That's right. So Red Faction has a couple of players.
Red Faction is being anchored by Z, right? In the home, right?
Z is part of the Red Faction. I think Z didn't play in the open division for SPS, so he's not letting this chance slip away.
Yeah.
He wants to be out there in the field, you know.
I mean,
And then-
we know Z for a very long time, and Z has been very consistent for whichever team he plays on. And I think especially for a young team, Z will contribute massively to a team that's growing and trying to find the ropes.
Yeah, he's always he's loud. You know, he's always putting
Yeah.
gun on his.
And sometimes
opponent.
that's what you need, you know. So that's sometimes what you need. It's everybody's passive, right? The team may not get the kick that it deserves.
That's right. That's right. You need a mixture, a good mix.
Yeah.
A good mix. So tell
That's
us about some of your plans for the team leading to the end of the year. I heard you guys got some major plans coming up. You know,
Yeah.
of course you did at some point share that the team is going to Europe this year.
Correct. Yeah. That's we are planning to go to NXL Europe.
Okay.
Which is
That's a big one.
that's in Amsterdam, which is the World Cup this year. We have already started sourcing for tickets, and
Okay.
we've spoken to sponsors, and it's 80%, 90% that we're going. We already have the players, we have the roster,
Wow,
and
okay.
and now the question is whether we're going to send one team or two teams.
Wow. Okay.
And
That's a good problem that you
That's
have.
a good-
That's a
Oh,
good problem that
that's a
you
good
have because
problem,
it's
yeah.
like you have everyone wanting to go,
Yeah.
and then you don't know who to fill. So to me, that's a good problem. We always, in Asia particularly, we always have players who wants to play, but often than not, they shelve their idea for almost a year, and then by the time the event is nearing, then they say, oh, sorry, I ran out of budget because I've done this,
Yeah.
I've done that. So hearing that, two teams
30 seconds.
probably,
Yeah.
it's a good problem to have.
I mean, the thing now is, Ben, you've been running a team for a long time, and
20
with
seconds.
every tournament, especially the more expensive the tournaments are,
Yes.
people will pull out at the last minute.
Yeah, that's right.
They'll say family, they say life, they
That's
say
right.
work, you know. And we cannot blame them for it. And you cannot say, hey, I don't offend you anymore.
Of course.
And that is the contingency that we're playing for.
Of
So
course.
if we have to send 7 players, we'll invite 9 players, you know.
Right. That's unfortunately part of what every team has to encounter
Yeah.
every time they play paintball. To shelf, wow, that's a big dive by
Yeah, that's-
Amshad, and he's aggressive, man. This
Revivors,
guy
yeah.
move.
And I heard Amshah sprained his ankle or something
really?
1 or 2 weeks ago. So
Wow.
he's really putting everything out there, man.
It's amazing. One of the players to look out for, definitely.
Yeah.
With this kind of skills going to the snake, he's going to learn a lot. I feel the entry to him is not a problem. Now he probably needs to do more kills then.
Yeah.
Right? Anchor down his position in the field. From over here, we can hear him shouting to the car wash guy that there's one guy in the Dorito one. Oh, and
He's
he shot,
he's
shot the
committing
guy
very
on,
well.
on the Paris.
He's a player to watch, man.
Yeah, and immediately sounding out to his
And there's
players
still
say-
one more player on the snake side waiting
Yeah.
for him. So the PSP player needs to fill out quickly as possible.
That's right. Oh, he shot.
Uh,
So that's what I'm talking about. You know, you can make an important move in, but I think survivability is also just as important.
yeah.
Having made a big move, you want to be there for as long as you can. Oh, one player from
PSP is now filling.
the PSP going to stay. Oh, unfortunately, he got shot.
There's Razi there
Razi,
by
that's right.
Lanun.
That was a big,
Razi is a very
big
smart,
run, man. Razi
very smart player. He saw the
Another player,
move
I'm sure.
and he feel.
shot another player. So 2 players in Razi's kill count.
Razi is carrying this set.
Oh, well done. I think in the morning he didn't have such a good game.
Yeah.
There were 2 games that I saw that he had 2 early kill, as in he was eliminated early by the opposing team
Yeah.
off the break. But it's good to see him there. So, okay, with the big team going, how are you guys going to share with everyone, okay? How are you guys going to arrange
Point approved.
for things
1
like
minute.
accommodation, transport? Because not only air ticket, but anything on ground is just as important. You know, you're going to Europe,
Yeah.
you're going to Amsterdam, it's going to be
exactly.
expensive.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to be spending too much money on transportation, but instead you want to be spending the money on paintball. So how are you guys arranging that?
So I mean 2 years ago we went to NXL Florida as well. NXL USA Florida, and from that experience we learned that there are some hiccups back then. And moving forward, when we have let's say accommodation, let's say transport, we have individual players in charge of individual items.
Okay.
And when we let's say if somebody handles the accommodation, he will make sure everybody's on board with this accommodation,
Ah,
and then he'll split the cost. He'll pay in advance,
Okay.
and and we'll set time frames to when we want to close, when we need to book. Like for example, accommodations, we're going to call it what, 6 months.
Right.
Travel, we're going to call it like 6 months as well.
So are you guys going to stay in hotels or Airbnb?
No, we have never stayed in hotels. We have always been Airbnb, and we've always got the biggest houses that we can find.
Alright.
And my idea is, if we're gonna go, we're gonna go, and we're gonna go together. We're gonna stay together.
Alright, you're going to throw
So-
a very big pool party, really,
yes.
right?
And I mean, that's the way it is. It's not just for paintball. You're there for, you bring your family, you bring your kids if you want,
Yeah, absolutely.
and you must have fun, you know.
I think that's the best part about paintball, other than just gaming.
Yeah.
A big part of it is to go out there and really enjoy the country that you're visiting and stick together as a team, enjoy the scenery, and that alone can also build teamwork.
Yeah, and it's not how do I say? You want the player to come out of this, even though we lose, right? You want to have a good experience, you know, and that's why you keep coming back for more. If you lose and people get angry at each other, you don't talk to each other, and outside the field you go and do your own stuff, then it defeats the purpose of traveling so far, you know,
Yeah, that's
for
right.
us to go down
That's
there.
right. It's pointless, right?
Yeah.
So might as well make it a happy trip where everyone comes back and have all the positive things and good things.
Yeah,
So-
and that's why we have such a big interest going towards Amsterdam NXL,
Right.
Amsterdam, and we have players from other teams who wish to join us as well to
Oh,
guest.
that's good.
Yeah, because I mean, they have a good experience. You tell people you have a good experience, right? And then same if you have a bad experience,
Yeah,
you come
nobody
out and
wants
you
to
say
go.
you have bad experience.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We're getting a bit of shaky
Point of
viewing
order.
right now. I think
1 minute.
the internet is not very stable, or probably it's getting a little bit hot, so the cameras are all heating up.
Points to A.C.E.S.
But bear with us for a
A.C.E.S
while. I
2,
think this will
Red
go off.
Fraction 1. Game time remaining for
as
PSP
we-
Aisawan and Revivors, 4 minutes and 40
As we try and get this up for you, of course. So it's really nice to know that the team is traveling all the way to Amsterdam. And usually for the final event in Europe, it's always in Paris, but this
30
time round,
seconds.
Yeah.
decided to do it in Amsterdam, which is good, right? Because there's, I don't know, there's like mud cakes.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if anybody are interested.
Yeah.
And then they have things like the red light district,
Yeah.
the windows, right? The
Yeah.
aquarium shopping. You know? So these things are the one
We-
that will.
I
Yeah.
think the guys were ready to go to
10
Europe
seconds.
in the beginning,
Okay.
regardless of whether it's Paris, regardless of whether it's Amsterdam.
Oh, okay.
And we're intending to travel the rest of Europe as
Right.
well. So we might play a tournament in Amsterdam,
Right.
but we might very well end up in London, or we might very well end up
that's
in
good,
Germany.
that's good. It all adds up to the overseas experience.
Yeah.
I mean, like two big things, right? Market and
No, Amsterdam itself.
legally smoking weed. Not that I'm encouraging anyone, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
But you go to a country where they have free access to these things, you tend to want to give it a go, you know, like,
Yeah.
like you know, especially with the young players. They're like, oh, hey, there's nothing to lose, you know, why not,
Yeah.
let's do this.
That's what they're looking forward to, some of the guys.
I'm looking forward to it too.
But my suggestion is don't smoke before you play, or else you
Oh,
might see
okay,
more than
yeah.
5 players.
Yeah. See stars, see
Yeah.
unicorns. Unicorns. So PSP Aisawan and Revivors, game tie at 1-1 with 4 minutes to play. Someone in the comment watching our webcast from YouTube is saying that I saw you guys at NXL World Cup a couple of years ago. Yes,
Yeah.
that's right, we were there in the World Cup. Peter playing for Outlaws.
And Ben was playing for
I was playing for this Ecuador team called Mentares.
Mentares,
Yeah,
yes.
Mentares. It was a team that was hooked up by the recommendation of Mr. Harrison Frey from Seattle Thunder. So he actually met with an accident recently.
Oh, what happened to
Yeah, so
Harrison?
he had a car accident,
Oh my goodness.
and then for some reason he can actually die from the accident. He was traveling along the highway, and then I don't know, for some reason I didn't read into what he was writing because I was more concerned about his injury. But he was driving, and apparently he knocked into some signboard, and that signboard kept him alive because the
Oh.
whole entire road has nothing except for that signboard. If he would have missed that signboard, I was told that he's supposed
Flip.
his car is going down a cliff.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so He's sick by the cyborg.
How long is his recovery expected to be? Do you know?
He's still in a hospital. I didn't
Oh.
see much of a post from him, but the last time when I spoke to him on Messenger, he said he's on the road to recovery. So
Yeah.
hopefully everything is all
I
good for
mean,
him.
yeah. What I mean, we know Harrison, and Harrison comes out to Asia quite
Yeah,
often,
that's right,
and
that's
it's a waste. You know, he's I think in the past 6 months, a lot of things have been happening for him in terms of paintball. He's been getting picked up by pro teams.
That's right.
And yeah, man. If Harrison, you are watching this, man, take care, man. Good luck, buddy. We'll see you soon in Asia.
Yeah. So let's hope he's not too bad. I was told that the passenger had more serious injury, like
Oh.
punctured lungs
Oh shoot.
and things like that.
Give
So
time remaining for
yeah.
A.C.E.S and Ring Fraction.
So if you are watching us,
2 minutes and
I don't think you are watching
47
from the hospital.
Yeah.
But if you are, Harrison, all the best.
Yeah.
Speedy recovery to you.
Oh, if anybody is watching this and he knows Harrison, please send him our regards, man.
That's right. Do a shout out to Mr. Harrison Fry.
Yeah. So Ben, what been meaning to ask you, what's
Yeah.
with this Red Sevens Super Club
Oh,
that's happening?
okay. So
I don't know whether this has been spoken about earlier this part of today.
No, we haven't. Yeah, but this Super Club thing was I wouldn't call it I call it Super Club, but open inverted and close inverted because it's something in the making, and it's more like an experiment phase for us as well. The idea is basically to grow paintball. I wouldn't say grow paintball because it's very loosely used, but it's basically to get players who wants to play paintball to come together to basically literally play without much of politics involved, without even much of a commitment involved to a team. Like one of the example that we have right now today is the making of Revivors and Fraction. The idea is to get players who have been playing but find that playing for the whole entire season is too much of a hassle for them, but playing on a weekend is no problem for anyone to come on board and say, okay, let's come together and play. And also providing a platform for some of the players who are maybe in a lower division to say, hey, you know, I'm always wanting to play in the open Division 3, but I don't know how is it like. You know, it's always a big step forward. My team is not ready, but I'm ready. You know, and to recruit these players to come together and play together without much of a commitment, and basically enjoy a weekend of paintball together.
What's the requirement then? Do you have any like
No
pre-requirement?
requirement. As long as you can play, as long as you can shoot, as long as you can fund yourself for the game, we want you to be part of the team. And as long as you want to represent the Red Sevens or even the Red Fraction or Red West team in this case, come with us. You know, no obligations needed. All you need to do is show up, pay for the paints,
So,
find yourself a gun, and you're part of the team.
will we see a Red Sevens Super Club going to Europe then?
Yes, it's something that we want to try, and in fact we want to start small. It's probably not Europe at the moment. We want to start doing it for maybe regional events like NX Asia. You know, we want to. It's actually not. It's more than just forming them together to play. It's getting them together, and finding a proper lineup that is well balanced across two teams, and then give them support in the area of port crew, make them help out one another in the pits.
Yep.
Let them have the same bunker code so that everyone is keeping a lookout for everyone.
Yep.
And give this Super Club family feeling. I got this from Drooks when I was playing in the Millennium last year in one of the events in Prague. So the Drooks family has got teams across all 4 or 5 divisions, and in the roster, any one time whenever they go into the field, they have a lineup of up to 50 players.
Okay. Wow.
That to me is like amazing. You know, like any team that comes out and say, oh, we have players from semi-division, Division 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to Division 5, and they are all represented by Drooks.
Yeah, actually,
They all wear the same jerseys. They are all supported by Mario, who's the owner of the team, giving them paints, supporting them with pots. They all had a coach to look out for the team. They all had a port crew coming to port for the team. And
Drooks has a pro team, right? Or semi-pro team, right?
Semi-pro team, yeah.
So you have a very good support if the,
Yeah,
if the
yeah,
coaches that come
that's
down
right,
are experienced, you know?
That's right. The coaches will come down and then they will look after. And the best thing which I like was, even though we are all strangers to one another, they bothered to gather everybody one day before the event and say, okay guys, let's do a mega training. Although it's nothing much, but we're going to come together and get to know one another. So you do get that one practice before the event, and they make sure that it's happening. It's not just, okay, let's go for an event, you know, first day you don't know the guy, and then and on top of that, they have a lot of things outside of the field. Like there was one thing that we did. In Prague we went to the strip club after the game. You know, like I shouldn't be telling this
on TV. You know?
Yeah, I shouldn't be telling this, but things like that bond the team. You know, we
No, yeah,
like we
nothing
went
like
to
a
the
strip
strip club and then we
Yeah.
started talking about the ladies.
You can't-
Oh yeah, sure, come go ahead.
10 seconds.
So so things like that lah. I feel that if we have more of these in Asia, and we make it accessible for everyone to feel that they are part of a family, and we keep a lookout for one another. I think it's something that we can do. So
Yeah.
this time round we are trying with Red West, we're trying Red Fraction. In future we're gonna have more Reds. We're gonna
Yeah.
see more players coming in.
I mean,
Yeah.
guys listening at home while watching the replay of this, eventually, if you're looking for a team to come down to Asia play, you need to contact Ben.
Yeah.
From Red Dynasty, Paintball, or Paintball's World. You know, come down and say, hey, I'm going to be around for this tournament weekend. I want to play for a team, and he's the guy to see, man.
Yeah, I think a lot of what we are doing in paintball complements the traveling part. So it doesn't matter if you are just coming here for paintball. You can come for paintball. You know, you could be somewhere from UK, somewhere from France. You know, you've been playing paintball, but you want to escape the winter. Maybe it's very cold over there. You know, and it's summer. You want to come by. You know, hook us up. We'll
Yeah.
find you a team to play with. We'll get you some equipment so you don't have to travel.
Hassle free, man.
Yeah.
You just need to travel, bring yourself
That's right.
here.
All you need to do is show up at the field.
Yeah. Oh. The marker is shot up here on this.
Yeah, I
SPS.
think it's probably short.
Yeah, so the marker is really short. If he picks it up, he's going to get called out.
Sixty seconds.
1 minute, 1 minute.
So this is on the snake side. A player trying to get to his gun. The opposing snake side is keeping him in.
Right, you can see that his gun is away from him.
Yeah, his
There's no
gun
way
is
he
all
can
shut
shoot.
up. If he picks up the gun, he's going to get called out, right?
Yeah.
So it's a catch-22 there. You stay alive, draw the gun, or pick up the gun, get called out.
Oh, look at that! We caught it. We caught it. So he shouldn't
Yeah.
pick up his gun because the gun is short.
Medic, huh? I think the heat is getting to him right now. The player looks shows signs of a bit of heat exhaustion there. They-
Yeah, the weather is not forgiving.
Yeah.
Because this
I think today seems like it's
Yeah,
going to be a hot day, man.
Game over.
right, the game is over and it's
Final score. Set 9-1, final score, Revivors 2, PSP Aisawan 1. Game over.
Yep, so Revivors 2, PSP Aisawan 1. That's not the actual score. So for anyone who's watching, Revivors 2, PSP Aisawan 1. But right now it's Red Fraction and A.C.E.S.
30 seconds.
Game time remaining for A.C.E.S and Refraction 1 minute and 4 seconds. 1 minute and 4 seconds.
So there's still a minute left to play.
2,
Yeah.
Refraction 2.
20 seconds.
So 1 minute and 4 seconds remaining on this game between A.C.E.S and Red Fraction. My guess, I'm going to see Royston running down the middle.
10 seconds.
No, is this the Royston team? No, Royston is the other one, right?
Yeah, Royston is Red West team.
Oh, so Z has to pull something out here.
Yeah, that's right.
Rabbit out ahead.
That's right. It's gonna be
1 minute and 4 seconds. It's going to be a semi-blitz here.
so.
60 seconds.
Oh,
Oh, one player getting shot.
got a G off
I
the
think
break.
that's Adam. Oh no, that's Nico. Nico getting shot.
It seems like these two teams are playing in the back lines. They're happy to draw it out here.
Yeah, they're likely gonna play to a tie. Lots of shooting, but
Oh.
not much of action. Oh,
Very
that's
aggressive
Irfan.
play there. Oh, still not shot, man.
Oh, Irfan is still alive in the snake.
Stay alive, man. Good job,
Yeah.
man. With
So-
two big guns on him. You don't want to fight.
Whoa,
Good job. Good play
that-
there. Good play there. A.C.E.S really going for the point there. They saw the body drop.
Yeah,
They got
yeah.
a G off the break.
I think we spoke a little bit too soon. We said they were going for the tie.
Yeah.
But when Irfan came in,
He broke the game
yeah,
wide open.
yeah, the whole entire thing was open and the rest of the guys just follow on suit.
Yeah.
All right, so point to Aces. That's
Good
a
job.
3-2.
Well earned point that one.
Good
Point of
point.
three.
Good
2
point.
minutes.
2 minutes
Point
left.
to Aces.
21
Aces, three,
seconds.
break fraction 2. Game time remaining 21 seconds.
21 seconds.